Hi, I'm here for a short time this morning. How are y'all? How is everybody, guys? Good morning. All right. All right, so if you are Barbadian, say that you're Barbadian on this live. If you are from Barbados, I want you to say, I am from Barbados. I want to talk a little bit about this new protection legislation to be taken seriously here in Barbados. From the time I know myself, I cover this broadcast with the blood of Jesus. From the time I know myself, I have been living in this island all my life. I was born in the island of St. Lucia, but I was living in this island all my life. And so all my life, I lived in Barbados from a young child. I am seeing a new law, a new child protective legislation to be taken seriously here in Barbados. Now, are they doing this to protect children? For many years, children were there was no protection for children in this country. No protection at all. As a matter of fact, the protection that they may have, there was really no real protection for children. Children have been abused, and children, sexual fathers sleeping with their children, pastors sleeping with children, different type of things. And to me, there was not really no serious law that was protecting children here in Barbados. But all of a sudden, there is a law that has to be taken seriously and for child abuse. Now, I know a lot of Barbadians are looking at this law like it talks about if you refuse to report cause of child abuse, $20,000, 2 years in prison. All right? It talks about here, anyone who makes a deliberate false report face $10,000 under the new act. My thing is that, is this really for child protection in Barbados? Or this is something that is being created for gender equality, and where children, mothers will not be able to, mothers will have no right. Mothers will have no right to discipline their children. I don't trust none of these people, and I'm going to tell you what I know. Okay, they said here, guilty of child abuse in Barbados can face up to 10 years in prison or fine $100,000 under the new child protection legislation. Is this about children though? Or this is about gender bathrooms? I want y'all to take this seriously. Is this really about children? Children has been abused in this country for years. That has never happened. That has never happened. So what I am trying to say here, is this about children? or this is for the own benefit of the government, where if your child come home and you correct your child about something spiritual, you will not be able to correct your child because there are new laws that will stop you from disciplining your child. All right? My thing is that I want Beijing to open your eyes. Open your eyes and don't take this lightly, because very soon you will not be able to discipline your child in this country, because what they want to do is to pass laws where they have gender bathrooms in schools. And that's the reason why they have put that law, gender bathroom. So if your child come home and let's say they will call child abuse. If a parent has to discipline a child, they will call that child abuse. And so you will not be able to correct your children. Let's say a child say, I'm a girl, but I'm a boy. They will arrest you as a parent for disciplining your child because you are telling the child you were born a girl, you are not a boy. And I want you to take that very seriously, because don't trust those people. Those laws are put that the state can take action over your child. And if you are that stupid, you will think that that law is put in place. That law is put in place that you cannot discipline your child. And they will call... You listen. So I need you to understand this law. You have to take it seriously, because very soon you mothers gonna be put in jail, put behind bars, because you will not be able to discipline your child. Listen, they don't care nothing about child protection. They don't care about your children. That is put in place for you. For you. Not that your Christian life. Listen. My God. Let me check this out for you. I want this. Person found guilty of abusing children in Barbados can be faced up to 10 years in prison or fined 100,000 under the new child protection legislation. Minister of People, Environment and Elderly Affairs, Mr. Kurt Humphrey, during a press conference at Elara Court on Friday, detailed that the new child protection bill, with the heavy penalties, signaling government is taking that protection of the nation child extremely serious. Listen to me. They care nothing about your children. That is for them. That is for them. That is for them to have gender bathrooms. That is for them to put at a certain time that if a child come home and say, I'm a boy, but then I'm a girl, that if you discipline your child, all of a sudden they will come and lock you up. It is your child. They're gonna come and lock you up and call this child abuse. Let me share something with you. Children has been abused for many years in Barbados, and there have never been that type of severe law for child abuse. Do I think that a person who abused a child should be locked up? Yeah. Sexually, they should be locked up. If that person troubled that child sexually, yes, they should be locked up. But the fact is, I want you to look at the law. That law, $10,000, $100,000. I want you to look at the law and realize that is for their own gain. That is for their own going to, how America passed and going to Africa and telling them that they must open the door for gender equality. They must open the door for the LGBT. That is what is happening in this country. That if your 13-year-old, 14-year-old come and say to you, I'm a boy, but I'm a girl, and you discipline, the child can call the authorities and tell the authorities that you are doing such and this, and all of a sudden, you as a parent will be locked up. That's what they're doing. I want to open your eyes. I want to open your eyes. You see, they will take your child away. Yeah. So that's what they're doing here. So, this is what I want you to understand. Since when the government of Barbados is so, since when they come to that place that they care so much about children? Huh? Since when? I know little boys that have been boogered. And after the little boy was boogered, they put the child right back into the home. Give me a break. Give me a break. That is for you. That the persecution is on. I don't believe nothing that this government do. God showed me this government from the beginning. I don't care nothing about what they do. But I want to let you know. Yes, they have to look at it. Yes, they have to look at it with spiritual eyes. All right? Don't look at that like this government care nothing about your child. That government care nothing about your child. That government care about their system and their agenda that they are trying to pass. All right? That is their agenda. They are trying to pass their agenda. And they are not going to stop until they have the agenda passed. Let me continue to read for you. It is their agenda that they are passing. They cannot know. You think they care nothing about your children. Somebody say, I know of a case where a child care officer would have facilities and people would release dogs or make they release dogs and threaten comment to the staff. Let me share this to you. That's nothing about your child. That has nothing to do with your child. That's about their agenda. Their agenda. That's why we have to continue to pray. That is about their agenda. What they want. You see, they have already taken the people's money. They have already taken the people's money to whatever the money that they got. Just like 2 years ago when they got all of that money to give you that juice in your arm to kill you. To kill you. That had nothing to do with child protection. That is about the same thing they did 2 years ago. And like some of y'all dropping down like flies when they know very well what they were putting in your blood was a poison. That has nothing to do. Don't believe nothing that they tell you. Two years ago, they put when they were coming from the airport with those things, they thought that this was the savior. They put those things in your veins, and many of you are dying now. That's what they are putting in place in Barbados. So don't think that the government care about your children. The government care nothing about your children. Yes, woman of God. Sister Jacko. So all of you who are reading this thing, you must understand that this government don't care nothing about your children. These laws are being passed that you can get locked up for disciplining your child. That's it. Don't believe nothing that they tell you. All right? When children has been, and listen to what they are saying, that if you see the abuse and you don't report it, you can get locked up too. What type of law is that? I believe if you see an abuse you should report it. But the fact is, you are going to get locked up. Just like how 2 years ago, when they saw you on the streets, if they saw you on the streets at a certain time, you had a fine of $50,000. This country, I don't believe nothing that this government say. This government from the beginning believe in no God. Actually, they have more psychics in Barbados more than ever. All of the church leaders are quiet because, as a matter of fact, they want to be part of a board, part of this. I want to let you know this new child protection law ain't for the protection of your children. It's for you. It's to lock you up. Lock you up. That when they put those gender bathrooms, that if a 13-year-old come home, you see they want to bully you. And they're talking about how they care about your children. This government or governments around the world ain't care about your children. You need to start to pray for your children. Just like America. America cannot bully Qatar. America cannot bully all of these Muslim nations. But they can go to Africa and try to bully. And I don't understand why these Caribbean politicians would not stop these people from bullying them because you want the people money. You either believe in God or you don't. You either believe in God or you don't. You either believe that God is truth or you don't. But I want to come and say to you, this is not about your children. This is about their agenda. This is about their agenda. Their agenda. Gender bathrooms. They want to turn your boys into girls. And they want to turn your girls into boys. That is what they are doing. I want to prove to you that listen, they cannot know about your children. All right? You better wake up and smell the coffee and understand that all these laws are for them to do as they like. So let's say a neighbor, you beat your child for something. All of a sudden the neighbor call and say, next door, I see them beating that child. All of a sudden you get locked up. You gone before the court and you get locked up for disciplining your child. That's what is happening in this country. But I want to let you know. Let me pray for a few people before I go. I ain't got no time with y'all. Open your eyes. Don't ever think that this government care about your child. I'm ready to pray for you today. I'm ready? Huh? I'm ready for her. Okay, I gotta go. Guys, I'll come back on. My boss here after me. Come and tell him that you're my boss. No. You're my boss. She's after me. All right, get on your knees. It's happening right now in Barbados. Get on your knees. You see that law, right? Yeah. That is to control parents. That if they come, if your child come home and say that, I feel I'm a girl and he's a boy, and you last, they can say child abuse, right? They lock you up. That's what they're doing about here because they want everybody to be bullers. They want everybody to be bullers around the world and everybody to be lesbians. That's what they're trying to do. I want to tell you, get your life right.